So I'm about to add a controversial opinion into the running form tips and techniques and tools. And that controversial opinion is stop trying to improve your running form. Now you might have been told to get your head up high as if you're pulling the string from the crown of the head. Make sure you open up your chest as if there's a bow through the middle of the chest. Relax the arms at a 90-degree angle and have a nice relaxed arm swing with no tension in the shoulders. Relax the jaw, have a nice light cadence that's quite quick. And those are just some of the things that I've mentioned in my videos. So I'm guilty of sharing lots of tips and techniques. But the truth is, none of that matters if you don't fix this problem first. So after working with hundreds of clients, analysing their running form and breaking it down step by step, frame by frame, and then seeing clients come back to me with the same recurring issue months down the line, it got me thinking, what is the actual issue? And then when I started to investigate that it's not actually the way that the client interprets the running form cues and then goes out and performs them, it's a mobility issue. And one of the single biggest problems I've seen with people's mobility in their running form is their ankles, and specifically their ankle dorsiflexion. Now, ankle dorsiflexion is basically allowing your shin to move forward over your foot so that your body, every single step, it can absorb the movement energy of every single step that we pound into the pavement or to the trail. Now, if we don't have efficient and effective ankle dorsiflexion, what's going to happen is there will be compensations in the body. So here's the one thing you need to do to test your ankle dorsiflexion, and then I'm going to give you some exercises to improve your ankle dorsiflexion. And you can get this ankle dorsiflexion test, the details of it, you can have a look in the link in the description below. So when we're running, your foot lands on the ground and the ankle needs to dorsiflex to allow your shin to move forward over your foot. Now this motion helps to absorb the force of the impact of every single step, protecting your knees, your hips and your lower back. If you have limited ankle dorsiflexion, your body loses this natural shock absorber and it's a little bit stiffer, and the force of the impact has to be distributed somewhere else, often leading to those increased stress on other joints and muscles. So ankle dorsiflexion is especially important at mid-stance as your body moves over your foot. So a sufficient range of dorsiflexion allows that smoother transition of the weight and the energy transfer. It helps you maintain that stable running posture. So this is often the root cause of the problems that seem unrelated to the ankle. So common running injuries linked to poor ankle dorsiflexion include shin splints, because the body compensates for a lack of ankle movement by putting more stress on the muscles and the bone of the shin. Plantar fasciitis is obviously, with the restricted ankle mobility, can increase the tension on the plantar fascia tissue on the bottom of your foot, leading to the inflammation and the pain that we experience in plantar fasciitis. Also, Achilles tendonitis, limited ankle dorsiflexion can put excess strain on the Achilles tendon, which obviously connects your calf muscles to your heel bone. And then finally, we can get issues like the runner's knee. So without proper ankle movement, the knee joint can bear too much of that impact and may overpronate, rolling inwards or knee valgus to compensate, which is causing a lot of pain around the kneecap. So ideally, what you want to be doing is you want to be doing some form of daily calf or Achilles stretching exercises, mobility work, some form of balance work as well. Not too intense, it doesn't need to be intense. But what you also need to do is find out what your current level of dorsiflexion is. Does it match left and right, or is there an imbalance? And then you need to start taking action on that. When you start improving your ankle dorsiflexion, you will notice a more stable, more springy and more energetic stride. You will feel naturally as if you're just springing and being propelled along in your runs a little bit quicker. So basic standing calf stretches like these ones against the wall, having the feet back, are going to work into the calf muscle. There's two main muscles in the calf, and by bending the knee we target a slightly different area of the calf muscle as well with this one. And then nice dynamic stretching, again pedaling out, working through the Achilles into balance exercises as well. Very important that we do lots of balance work and testing the mobility of our ankle. Heel raises are fantastic for improving ankle mobility, and obviously steps and sort of pedaling are great for that looseness and sort of springiness of the Achilles and calf muscle. And then once you've improved your ankle dorsiflexion, you can then go back and start adding in those running form tips, knowing that your ankle mobility is improved, which is going to improve your overall natural running form. You're not going to carry on getting any of those little niggling issues and compensations that could hold your running form back. And you've started with the foundations. So the key is to start with the ankle dorsiflexion, find out what is going on in your ankle, in your left leg, in your right leg, and then you can then take action from that. Be consistent with your work. Make sure you are patient as well. It takes time to remold and reshape the muscles and the tendons, especially the Achilles tendon. It's one of the most stubborn tendons in the body because it's the strongest tendon in the body, so it takes a lot longer to sort of remodel and reshape. Be patient with your body as you do this. And if you need motivation and guidance and some structure to your training, you can also have a look in the link in the description below as working with me as your coach to improve your ankle dorsiflexion. So share this with a fellow runner that is struggling with foot or calf or shin issues, maybe even knee or hip issues, and get them to take this test, see what's going on with their ankle dorsiflexion, and it's more than likely there is some issue going on at their ankle. So give the test a go and then take action, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.